You are not overthinking because something is wrong with you. You are overthinking because your brain genuinely believes it is keeping you safe. And until someone shows you what is actually happening inside your head, you will keep calling yourself anxious when really you are just untrained. In the next few minutes, I am going to show you why overthinking never stops with willpower or positive thinking. And more importantly, I will show you the quiet shift that actually changes how your mind handles uncertainty. No hacks, no loud declarations, just something honest that might finally make the loop go quiet. Stay with me. Because if you have ever lain in bed at midnight replaying a conversation from 4 days ago, or stood at a crossroads with a decision that was not even that important and still could not move, or spent 90 minutes planning something you never actually started, then you already know something with your whole body. Thinking more has never once made this better. Pause for a second. I want you to notice something right now. The fact that you are watching this video is already an act of awareness. Most people never get to this point. They assume this is just how their brain works and they live with it for decades. You are not doing that. That already means something real. So let us talk about what overthinking actually is. Not what self-help books say it is, what it actually is at a biological level. It is not a personality flaw. It is not a sign that you are weak or emotionally broken. Overthinking is a survival mechanism that never received the update that you are no longer in danger. Your brain evolved over hundreds of thousands of years to scan for threats. Every uncertain situation, every unresolved conversation, every unknown outcome registers as a potential predator. So your mind does exactly what it was built to do. It runs simulations, it rehearses outcomes, it tries to find the one path that carries zero risk. But here's the painful truth that most advice quietly avoids. That path does not exist. And somewhere deep down, your brain already knows that. That's precisely why the loop never ends. It's not actually looking for an answer, it's looking for certainty. And certainty is not something you can think your way into. Pause for a second. I want to say that one more time slowly because this idea changed something in me. Certainty is not something you can think your way into. Let that land for a moment. The moment you truly accept that, the entire game shifts. You stop trying to figure everything out before you move, and you start making a quiet peace with the fact that the discomfort you feel is not a warning. It's just what it feels like to be a human being living in an uncertain world. That's the whole thing. That's it. Now, here's where most advice completely fails you. People tell you to stop overthinking by distracting yourself. Go for a walk, breathe deeply, call a friend, journal it out. And those things do help, temporarily, but they don't touch the root. Because the moment the distraction ends, the thoughts come back. Sometimes louder than before, like a volume knob that keeps slowly turning itself up. What actually works is something quieter and harder. It's not about silencing your mind, it's about changing your relationship with not knowing. There's a shift that happens in people who genuinely stop being ruled by overthinking. It's not dramatic, it doesn't happen in a single moment, but it goes something like this. They stop treating unresolved thoughts like emergencies that require immediate attention. They start treating them the way a person who grew up next to a highway treats traffic noise. The sound is still there, the thoughts are still there, but they no longer pull that person out of the present moment. They become background, and living becomes foreground. Pause for a second. This is the part that most people skip because it asks for something uncomfortable. It asks you to act before your thoughts have fully settled, before you feel completely ready, before you have gathered all the possible information. And the reason that feels so terrifying is simple. Your nervous system has been trained over years to wait for certainty before it permits movement. But here's what experience actually teaches you. Certainty comes after the action, not before it. Think about every conversation you overthought before having it. Think about how different the reality was from what your mind had scripted. Almost always, the gap was enormous. Your brain wasn't preparing you, it was performing anxiety theater. And you were in the audience, watching, believing every scene. So what do you practically do with all of this? You start very small. You begin making low-stakes decisions faster. You give yourself 2 minutes on choices that don't genuinely alter your life. You stop polling other people to validate what your instinct already whispered to you. And slowly, quietly, you begin to rebuild trust with yourself. Because that's what this is actually about at its core. Overthinking is a trust deficit. You don't trust yourself to survive what happens if things go wrong, so you keep thinking instead of moving. Thinking feels like control, but it's just a very convincing illusion of it. The people you know who seem calm and decisive and present, they are not more intelligent than you. They are not wired differently. They made a quiet decision somewhere along the way to stop outsourcing their inner peace to external certainty. And you can make that decision too. Not loudly, not with a grand announcement, just quietly. The way a river doesn't declare that it is shifting its course. It simply starts flowing in a new direction. That's what this channel is for. For the people who are already in the middle of that quiet shift, who are exhausted by the noise of hustle culture and toxic positivity, who just want to understand themselves with honesty and build something that actually lasts. If that's you, you're in the right place. There's more coming.